He had a frustrating knee issue, which sort of carried on a little bit, and they tried to treat it and didn't quite get there. He had that nagging in the back of his mind. It literally went in the tackle with Don Ball on a Thursday before our first opening game of this season. And the decision was quite rightly made by the medical team here to get the work done. So he had that frustration in, but he's come back with that peace of mind that the problem has now been resolved and has gone. Before, I think he's always waiting for it to break down again. So he's got that comfort, and he's shown you what a good player he is. He's still very, very young, but his work ethic, his application, his reading of the game. I think I said at a post-match press conference recently that what you just said, everyone's talking about all our attacking players. Have no doubt that Sam Field can go and play comfortably in the Premier League, hopefully with QPR, of course. But he reminds me of a young Matic type. Please don't say Warburton compares him to. I'm not saying that. That's what he reminds me of. In the way he gets about, reads the game. Excuse me, 1 second, and just basically has a great understanding of the pitch for a young player. So I've no doubt he'll get better. Lots more to come from Sam, but right now he's been outstanding for us in the last few games. Great energy, and just generally enjoying his football right now.
Well, some of those traits you mentioned there, are they natural? Or they can be coached? That's that kind of awareness on the field, where to be in that. Is that something?
Yeah, he's obviously had a good education in. I think coming through obviously West Brom, etc., and playing that early Premier League football, being around good players, you have to learn very quickly. It's a steep learning curve. But also, I just think he has a passion for the game, and he just reads it so well. You see the way he gets across and the little block and the little nick and the tackling, and he can tackle from the front, he can tackle from the back. He just has a real good awareness for a young player. I'm saying young because he's been playing Premier League at 18, 19, but he's still very tender years. A lot more to come from Sam Field. So I've no doubt where he can play at all. I was quite clear before. You don't pressure the young player, you let him enjoy his football. But he's playing at a consistent level now, and we're benefiting accordingly.
When you played at Ewood last year, it was a pretty tough afternoon. They were very good that day. You lost 3-1. They've got a few players that played in that game last year that won't be playing tomorrow. But what are you expecting from them? Obviously, with Burton Diaz being out, does that change their threat?
No, well, obviously it does in terms. I had Ben at Nottingham Forest, so I know about Ben. His absence, obviously, Tony would be frustrated because a lot of, I think 2021 goals have come from Ben this year. But huge respect for Tony, huge respect for his teams. Great admiration the way they've changed their possession base. I think they were third of possession stats last year to be 24th this year. But their transitions and counter-attackings and dribbles, the likes of Kedra, the boy coming in from Borussia Dortmund and Brighton. You look at Gallagher in terms of physicality. You look at Travis Buckley. Rothwell's an outstanding midfield player. They've got wing backs who are willing to get forward. They've got physicality in Lenihan and Van Heck and Wharton. Good distribution. So they're a threat. They're a really good team. I think they've 13 games at home. They've won 16 games at home. I think they've won 10. So they're hard to beat at Ewood Park, no doubt. Slightly different proposition at home to on the road. So we know we face another tough test. They'll be sitting there saying they beat us, they go above us in the league. So they'll have all the incentive in the world to do that. We've got to recognise exactly the same. We have a chance to put a little bit of daylight between us and a very good Blackburn team, who only a few weeks ago were 6, 7, 8 points clear of us. So, opportunities this time of the season, they keep coming every single game, every single week. But we expect a very, very tough, formidable test, and huge respect for Tony Mowbray.